Speaker John Boehner is rushing to get this spending bill out, but do the voters and markets really care if we close down parts of a bloated government for a while? We're back with Fox Business's Tracy Burns, J.C. Parets, and Eagle Bay Capital founder, and Sabrina Schaefer, Independent Women's Forum Executive Director. Gang, thank you very much. J.C., let me go to you first, because we pulled up a couple of charts of what happened in October 2013. The government shut down then from October 1st through October 16th, 2013. The market did take a hit, if we could put that chart up. But look at what happened. The actual market began to pull up way before the government shutdown ended. It ended on the 16th. It was about the 10th that the market began to jump up. Does the market care if we have a partial government shutdown?
Yeah,
hold on, that's for JC.
The thing is that there's just so many other factors involved, and when we're talking about supply and demand, sure, you know, that's one of the factors that go into play when money managers are putting money to work or taking money out of work. I just think that there's so much more out there, so we don't really focus here at our shop. We don't focus on the news and government shutdowns, things of that nature. We like to look at supply and demand dynamics, and we'll continue to do that, and that's a great chart. You're proving that, with that chart.
And Tracy, we know what happened for the rest of 2013 and going into 2014. The markets continue to rise. I'm just wondering how terrible a partial government shutdown would be.
I mean, look, it'll be terrible because that means they can't get their act together. But as far as the market's concerned, it's deja vu all over again. We've seen this story. We've been through this play time and time again, and we know how to handle it now. And also, too, David, it's year end. People are worried about tax loss selling. They're focusing on other things right now. So the market's going to move, I think, for very different reasons, not because of what they're screwing around with in the government.
And Sabrina, as I said in the intro to this, we're talking about a partial shutdown of a bloated government. The last time this happened, 2013, there was still a lot of government going on. It was 60–70% of the government was going on. Of course, the White House, they closed down these White House tours. They closed down the World War II memorial because they were kind of petulant. They wanted to pretend that it was much worse than it really was. Most Americans didn't feel it, did they?
Well, I think that they did. They were inconvenienced a lot. And look, I mean, you know, I'm no fan of government, especially the kind of bloated progressive state we have today. But I can't imagine that the markets would respond well to this. I mean, it's more uncertainty. It's more
They did okay the last time, Sabrina.
Washington. I know, but I just don't think people want this, right? We just had an election. People are looking for stability.
Well, you don't want it, but again, the fact is in the past it did okay. All right, let's talk about what happened in today's markets. U.S. retail sales climbed in November by the most in 8 months. So is this retail bump for real or just a fat guy in a cheap Santa suit? What do you think, JC?
Listen, I continue to like retail. I mean, on a relative basis, they've been doing great since they bottomed out in the summer. I like to look at XRT, which is the retail index that I look at. That broke out of a monster base, a one-year base. We love to see that. On an individual basis, I would stick to the strength. The Walmarts of the world, the Home Depots. I don't really like Amazon. I don't like the underperformance of a stock like that with the market hitting all-time highs, and all Amazon does is make new lows. So I would stick with the strength for sure.
Tracy, do you think these retail numbers will hold throughout the holidays?
I mean, they're giving away the farm, David. Like, if the sales are going to keep coming, and for shoppers like me who don't finish until December 24th, it's going to be a home run for me, because by then everything's going to be discounted. I do think the sales will continue. I don't think the consumer will, though, because eventually they're going to run. We all have a small fixed amount of money to spend this holiday season. Yeah. So whether I spend it today or on the 24th, that's all I got.
Well, Sabrina, Tracy brings up a great point. It depends on how you feel about the money in your wallet. Do Americans, do you think, have the cash to extend beyond this current holiday season into next year?
Well, that's the question, right? We're seeing that job numbers are going up, so there's more people who are feeling a little bit more secure, but we don't know what kind of lasting impact that's going to have if these are temporary hires. The good news, of course, as we've talked about before, is that energy prices are going down. That's certainly having an impact on retail sales, and that's something that I think will extend past January 1st.
Okay, gang. We're going to come back to the panel in just a moment. A possible